Hi guys, my name is Haya Yusuf and welcome to Map of Me Kolkata Morning Show. You know, in the olden times when you wanted to take a leave from work, you had to write an email to your boss instead of just emailing him. Grocery shopping had to be done while standing in long lines instead of just, clicking away at websites. And if you wanted to, search up some information, you couldn't Google anything. You just had to ask your father about it.
Exactly, guys. So, hello everyone. My name is Iptika Jhajaria and welcome to your favorite morning show, Map of Me Kolkata. The population of this country is increasing at the speed of a bullet train, and at this rate, I think we're gonna leave China behind.
Yeah, population is really increasing and more population means more demand for work.
Exactly. Your profession is like fashion. Sometimes teaching and sin, sometimes designing, sometimes civil. But to stay in the game, we all have to work on our skill. And that is why we bought you this platform, which is Map of Me. It's a digital mobile youth platform made from students of class 11th and 12th all the way to entrepreneurs, meaning people from age 11 to 23. And as you may know that IT profession is going to stay in the demand for a very long time.
Exactly. Map of Me will help you brush up on your soft skills and will help you learn new skills that will kickstart your career and help you be put on the right path to getting your dream job. At the end of every episode, we will give you 2 quiz questions for which you have to give the answer on www.mapofme.in and you will stand a chance to win exciting prizes.
Hi, can you tell me the full form of www?
Yeah, World Wide Web.
And what are the 3 things which we can do on a computer?
Well, we can play video games and some database we can save which we need, and also anything like anyone is on for editing or something, they can do that.
Wow, I must say, the Kolkata locals really have an idea about the IT sector.
I mean, that should be the case, right? Because computers are a present as well as future of the world.
So only 34% of women are in the IT sector and most of them are under the age of 30.
Wow, so why not we ask the next question to the women in IT sector?
Yeah, I think that will give our viewers the perfect insight about how a woman can work in the IT sector. So come on. Hello everyone, and today we're here with IT expert Chandrama Gupta Malik. So can I address you as Chandrama?
Yeah, of course.
So
Yeah.
Chandrama, why don't you tell our viewers all about you?
Yeah, so basically, if talking about myself, well, I'm the CEO and co-founder of Ivan Infotech Private Limited. We're all standing here, and it is an IT consulting firm. We have offices across, say, 9 countries of the world, and we are solution providers of all your IT needs and your challenges that you are facing in your business. So when you think of automation, you think of us.
That sounds amazing. So why don't you tell us how you got into the field of IT? It's such a hardcore field and
Yeah.
we don't really see women in it. So how did
Yeah.
you come along?
Well, I gotta tell you one really interesting story, and I hope it'll interest everyone else. So basically, by academics, I'm a lawyer and I'm a master's in law. So it so happened that my husband and also the MD of the company, Mr. Abhishek Malik, so he started this company with me. We started this together, and I was working in a real estate firm here in Calcutta as a senior legal advisor. So he happened to ask me out and tell me that why don't you come grow your own grass and water it, instead of watering someone else's grass. So that is how I stepped into this industry, and then did my management in corporate strategy. And that's how I am here, and I'm managing the industry, managing the company, and making sure that we give the best to our clients.
So the position at where you are at, it has a lot of, challenging duties, and it requires a lot of skills. So can you tell us at least 5 skills that anyone would require to reach where you are at?
So basically, today I'm leading an organization, and as a leader, you need certain skills. First things first, what I need to tell you is a leader will never force people to follow, he will always take them on a journey. So, this is what I offer to people around me. We try to do that. And the most important, if I have to name 5, then I would want to start with communication. Always, this is a stand out point. Focus. Always focus on your goal. Set a goal and focus on it. Right? Always have perseverance. Always be persistent, in leading the kind of sector that you are into. Next, I think is patience. Very important to be patient with your employees, with your clients, and last but not the least, be a very good listener. Wow. So, it's very important to listen, to understand what the other person is trying to tell you. So, yeah.
Being a woman in this industry, can you comment on if there is any, disbalance in how much a woman gets paid and how much a man gets paid, if there is any at all?
Well, that is basically the pay gap issue that we are talking about. Well, see, if you understand this concept, this is everywhere.
Yeah.
We talk about IT, we talk about, high-end industries like the Bollywood. They're everywhere, there's a pay gap. So, as far as if I consider our organization, then we focus on giving equal opportunities, not biased by gender.
Okay.
Because again, we're talking about cerebral opportunities, right?
Yeah.
So whenever these opportunities are concerned, I feel there's no gender biasness that should come and creep in. And as far as the industry is concerned, and as far as my bite on the same is concerned, yes, there are pay gap checks, and I feel we should come out of the zone of just talking about it. We love to talk, but we hate to implement, and that is the issue of our society today. So what we should do is we should learn to implement. We talk about very big things, big statistics, So statistics are always not what is important. If we talk about something, we should implement that. If we talk about equality, we should start from home. Implement that with your children. Implement that with your brothers and sisters. Implement that in the office or in the organization you're into. So that starts from there.
And lastly, any advice you would like to give our viewers, especially young girls who would like to enter the field of IT?
Yeah. So for everyone who wants to enter the field of IT, first thing I should say is be prepared to adapt the change, because the industry will evolve with you. And second, be patient, wait for your turn to come, and be vocal of what you are feeling. Be vocal of putting yourself in the organization in a position where your voice is heard. See, we all have voices. We just have to empower each other to be heard. So I would advise all you young women there, all you beautiful women there, be very vocal, but wait for your turn and be patient.
Wow, thank you so much for giving us a lovely insight into the IT sector and what it is like to be a woman in the IT sector. And seeing you be so successful in this industry, it's really inspired me, and hopefully a lot of other young women as well. So thank you so much for your time.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
Can you explain us the meaning of coding?
Coding is basically backbone of a system where we generally define the system logic, business logic, as well as it's all about the mix of multiple syntax, which actually defines or give you a better process that a system can run. And it's actually data oriented thing which help the business to prepare a software, and this software will help business to run the company.
Okay. And do you think AI, which is artificial intelligence, will take away our jobs in future?
AI, first of all, I would like to tell about machine learning and from where it is coming. And machine learning is nothing but a data analytics, combining multiple data into a single streamline, verification of the data, and give you the proper result. So whatever result they are giving or system is giving, that is basically AI.
So, what do you understand by the term coding?
It's a step-by-step instruction that you give to the computer, and it will work for you the way you want it to be working. Like, yeah. So you can make softwares, you can make games or apps, everything.
You have been working in an IT sector, right? So, do you think the pay, the salary in IT sector for both women and men are the same?
Statistically said, it's not same. It's around 37% women get less paid. But yeah, it depends upon the environment, the company, and different factors are involved. So I think it's better than previous years, and they are improving. Like every industry have their drawbacks. They learn and then they grow. So yeah, I think that is improvement. Yeah.
Wow. After talking to our expert, I'm really inspired into getting my hands into IT.
But hold your horses, because to get into IT firm, you need to work on your hard skills too. And for now, we are going to tell our viewers all about the hiring process in an IT firm.
Absolutely. To get into IT, you need to have hard skills, soft skills, basic skills, and advanced level skills as well. We even need to get familiar with the hiring process. So for that, let's talk to our second expert of the day who has hands-on experience in the IT sector. Come on.
Hello people, we are with Joeta Basu, who is an HR in the telecom sector. So ma'am, hello, why don't you introduce yourself with our viewers?
Sure, definitely. So, guys, it's nice talking to you firstly, and it's a very beautiful morning. To talk about myself, I am working in the IT industry for last 12 years as HR. Currently, I'm working with MNC, which is primarily into telecom, and I am responsible for a business that is into serving our telecom customers. At the same time, we are doing, I'm taking care of the Calcutta hub HR deliveries. So that's kind of my profile I'm into.
So, I mean, as you said, you have been working in the HR for such a long time, and you must be like interviewing a lot of people every day, right? So, can you tell our viewers like what are the top 5 skills which you look at a potential employee?
Yeah. So when you talk about skills, there are multiple things. A person can have, every human being unique. But if you talk about the things that actually make a person employable, right? Currently, we definitely look for people who are agile. They can quickly change, right? They can take up things. They can, face change in a very progressive manner. So agility is something that we definitely look at. Apart from that, we definitely look for your learnability. How much you can learn. How is your learning capacity? If you can grow as a learner. Third thing I would say is your communication skills. So communication is very important because you're trying to express yourself and you're not, or whatever you're trying to deliver. You have to talk, you have to write, you have to communicate with your people, you have to be a team player, you have to be in a team. And when I talk about communication, I'm not typically talking about your language skills. I'm talking about your entire communication, ability to communicate with your people. With language is a part of it. And if you talk about, yes, at the same time we will see about your potential. It's not necessarily what you have done. It's important that what you can bring to the table. So I have multiple times hired someone who doesn't have that required relevant experience. But we have taken that person because they have their potential. They know what they want to deliver. They know what they can bring to the table. So yeah, these are the few things. We see that if you have a propensity to excel, your drive for excellence is very important. So whatever you do, be it a very whatever level you're working, your drive for your excellence is something that will make you a unique employee. So yeah, these are the skills that we do.
It's like a mix of soft and hard skills which you look into a potential employee. So as you said, you have been working as an HR in this industry for such a long time. So there must be like a lot of change. Like the industry, the sector would have been different when you joined. And like, what are the changes which you think you're gonna see in the next 5 years in this sector?
So the upcoming changes. So see, so when we joined, the industry was very different, and the kind of skills we were looking were more, to very much into your domain specific skills. The highlight was your domain specific skills. But right now we have moved a lot, and going forward also, given that we are entering into an era of automation and we are into AI, so the what happens to the industry is that you have to become very skill specific. So if you do not have your very specific skills or something that you can bring to the table, you would not be employable, honestly. So there are a lot of, so as the statistics talks about, more than 5 lakh roles are going to become obsolete because of automation, because of robotics and AI. So from that perspective, it is very important that we know what we want to do and what we are bringing to the table, how I am adding value to the organization. So nobody will ask me to do a mundane, repetitive ticketing job anymore 5 years down the line. So we can see that even general physicians in Western worlds are getting replaced by robots. Here, so if I typically talk about the HR.
So like in this IT sector, like, can you tell us the percentage, the participation rate of women? Why is it so low? Like, why do you think, why this sector is male dominant? And like, what can we do about it?
It's a pain area. It's something that we all want to avoid. We all want to face, avoid, face. It's kind of that area. But there's a very nice sign if you see in the big five. If you talk about the big five in IT, so typically Google, Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, they have increased their female participation. It increased from 32 to 42. It's that major jump that we have seen. But yes, overall in IT industry, kind of 30 to 35% we see women, and that too at a particular level till mid management. But above mid management, the percentage becomes really low. There are multiple reasons. So one reason being are the typical society that we live in, the typical kind of society that evolved this way. But there's a very bright sign that things are changing. Things are changing at a very rapid pace. Organizations are currently doing a lot of programs. So in my organization, we do a typical program wherein we try to bring back people, women who got a career break, who are currently not working, has the potential, wants to get back. We are bringing them to to our organization, training them and seeing how employable we can make them. So there are a lot of such programs going on all across the industry, and I'm sure there will be some change. Why? Typically because of the social structure.
So a last question, why do you think there is such a pay disparity between male and female in this particular sector?
Number one, I would say, again going back, a patriarchal society, which I completely do not like. Secondly, I would say that there's a mindset in the organizations that investing on a woman, investing on a female employee might not be for a very long time. She might leave, she might go to her maternity, she might have to go back to taking care of the household. So from there, we females stop ourselves from bargaining. We do not take that step ahead, that bold step ahead, and say that, no, this is what I deserve, I'll work for this. So there's a two-way traffic, when the organizations are also very skeptical how much, how long term this person will be with me. And from ourselves also, from a female perspective, from our perspective also, I have seen a lot of girls not that bold to come and ask a seat at the table. They are not confident. That's how they are being raised. You know the typical Indian word we say, adjust kar lo beta. So that goes, that is very, very prevalent everywhere. But yeah, it is changing. It will change. It will take time. So pay is something that will take a little bit of a time. Till the time we don't see female in mid and above management, this will take a time. But the organizations are very mindful about that, and they have taken that approach wherein they are ensuring that pay disparity is not there in the organization. So
One thing I have to admit is, just like our channel, the youth of the city also celebrate women.
Definitely. No matter the sector, the participation of women is constantly increasing.
Absolutely. And just like that, we've come to the end of our episode. But wait, just like we promised, it's time for the quiz.
Yes. So questions for today Map of Me quizzes are: number 1, what is the full form of IT? And number 2, how many buttons does a mouse have? So quickly log into www.mapofme.in to answer these questions in order to win exciting prizes.
And when you are on mapofme.in, do not forget to take part in the 26-step challenge to help kickstart your career. Also, while you're there, do go through some of our older videos which have been receiving so much love, as they will help you learn the skills needed to put you on the right path in achieving all your goals.
And do not forget that it's not just IT, but Map of Me is also lit.
Bye!
It